Hi guys, welcome back to Jaden Kitchen one more time again. Today we are going to prepare some
Squash with some lamb. I'm gonna fry the squash, and I'm gonna put some lamb inside. I already seasoned this lamb with some ground garlic and a little of the black pepper, a little dash. So I'm gonna fry this down, and then I'm gonna start peeling my squash. So I'm gonna put my stove on. And as usual, you know, I don't put no oil into my kahari when I fry down my meat. So I put it like this. This already have seasoning. So I'm gonna go start peeling my squash. And I'm gonna make some paratha roti with it. So I have my garlic, my onion, and I have my tomato. That's all I'm using today with this squash. Look at my squash.
guys. This is the squash we are
This
going to
squash is fresh because the neighbor have it in the backyard. So this is not buy from the supermarket. This is a fresh squash that grow outside.
So guys, you know that the squash we are going to prepare the squash, fry squash with the lamb. So we get the squash prepared, start to peel it. Guys, this is the paratha roti we are making here. So we have our fried squash with lamb and our paratha roti.
Okay guys, look. This is how you peel the squash. I already peeled some. And I take the seed out of it. So I have 2 pieces more left. I'm making a lot because when I make a lot, the curry leave. You have to take the seed out of the squash. See that? Everyone gotta be out. Then I'm gonna chip it.
Guys, that's the way the squash have to prepare before we cook it. You gotta peel it, take the seeds out of the squash, and then you chip it.
Okay, I'm going to check on my lamb. Look at it. My lamb is fried down. So all the rank water went down. But what I'm going to do, the lamb always more harder than the chicken. So I'm going to add some water to boil this lamb first. Then I'm going to cook my squash because I want the lamb to boil properly. Remember, my lamb is seasoned. I have my salt and everything in this lamb. I didn't add a lot of salt because when I cook the squash, I'm going to throw the little salt inside. But I'm going to leave my lamb to boil.
Guys, you know that you gotta cook the lamb like three-quarter way cook. So when you start to cook the squash, it will complete in the squash when you throw the lamb into the squash. This is the squash here we have.
I already chipped. It's not too much. I think the lamb might be a little extra. Probably I take it out. I don't know if I'm going to throw it inside I have a little pumpkin here, but I'm not showing you this because I already do that already. But I'm going to make this little bit squash for now with my roti. Okay, I'm going to check on my lamb. You see the lamb going down? This is a boil. So I'm going to give him 2 minutes, 3 minutes more so this water could go down. And I'm going to go fry my squash after this. Okay, that's the lamb. Remember I put the water to boil the lamb. So I'm going to take out this lamb and I'm going to go fry my squash. And if you see, Look at the oil at the bottom. Remember, I didn't put no oil in here. Look at that. What I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna wash this kahari. I'm gonna use the same oil. I'm gonna pour oil inside and I'm gonna throw in my onion and my garlic into it. So I'm gonna use the same kahari to cook the squash right now.
Guys, when you boil the lamb meat out before you cook it, it's more healthier.
This is the lamb. So I'm not gonna pour no oil in here because the lamb already have a little oil here. So you can wash up your pot if you want and then put fresh oil. So I'm gonna put my onion, put some garlic to fry in this. Okay, you can see my onion, my garlic is fried. There. I'm gonna put my squash into my kahari. Some people put tomato to fry it too, but I'm gonna put tomato this time, like my squash cooking. I'm not gonna put too much salt in the squash because my lamb already have a little. I'm gonna pour a little salt, not too much. I'm gonna pour a little dash. Just Justin, Jaden brother is in this kitchen making this noise. I put in a little dash. I put a little black pepper. As usual, you know, we don't cook, but if you put your pepper in your squash, it's gonna taste real good.
We don't really add pepper to our curry. Certain curry that the kids eat, we don't add pepper to it. But some of the curry that we cook and the kids don't eat it, then we add pepper to it.
So I'm gonna stir this up. And I fry a little, then I'm gonna add my lamb into this. And my tomato. I'm gonna cover this and leave it to cook. And then I'm gonna show you the rest. What I'm gonna do, my daughter wants some plantain porridge. So my husband went to buy 2 plantain. But I'm gonna wash the So I'm gonna peel my plantain. I have a little of this milk,
Carnation.
the carnation milk, and I have the regular milk. But I'm gonna pour my regular milk. In the meanwhile, before I peel my plantain, let me show you this. I'm gonna pour my regular milk out in there because I want it to warm. So I put in the meanwhile my squash cooking, I put my milk to warm because when I make my plantain porridge, the milk, I don't want it to be too cold. So I throw my spice and I'm gonna grate a little nutmeg into it. You could put some clove, but my daughter don't like the clove get into she mouth. So I'm gonna put some people put the essence too, but I just add the clove and the nutmeg to it. And whenever you make plantain porridge, you put your water in here and you grate your plantain like this.
Guys, this is fresh plantain porridge. As you could see, the plantain is grating there into a bowl of water.
Why I put the water, the plantain don't get black. And then I'm going to put my pot with my water. I'm going to show you that when I start boiling this plantain. Okay, I'm going to check on my squash and I'm going to pour my lamb into it. So the lamb can cook again properly. I'm gonna add my lamb. Oh my god, it's too much. Into my squash. And I'm also gonna add my tomato into my squash. And I cover that and I grate my plantain, look. See that? And you can stir it up. Stir it up. So you see how the plantain look? In the water. It don't get black. So I put a pot of water here. And I think I'm going to turn my milk off at the back. Get it already hot. And I'm going to pour this plantain into the pot. Remember I have some water in here already. And I'm going to pour this in here. You can put your spice, your clove in here if you want, but I already put it over there. So when I throw it out here and it start boil, you can do it how you feel like. But while this boiling, I'm going to show you what I do. So I'm going to go check on the squash how it look. Let's check on it. Look at that. Check this out. Some people do not put the ground jeera on it, but I like to add a little ground jeera on my squash. This is only jeera. This is no masala. Just a little. And I'm also going to add my scallion. I have my plantain on. Whenever you put your plantain into your pot, it didn't start bubbling up yet. But see now it start raising to get enough. You always swizzle it like this. And look at the plantain in the pot. How it look already, look. See that? And this is the water boiling with the plantain. And my milk is over here with my spice and my clove, already hot. And I'm going to add a little canned milk, but I want my plantain boil a little more. Then I'm going to add a little carnation milk. See that? How it look? And then when it's already finished, I'm going to show you, and you add your sugar, how much you want. Okay, look at the plantain, how it look. But you never leave your plantain like that before it catch. So I'm going to add a little of the carnation milk. And I have my regular milk already hot with the spice and nutmeg. You could put your clove, you could put your essence. And check this out. And I'm going to leave this to boil a little more. But while is this boiling, I add my sugar to it. Now this is good. Look at them boiling. Okay. I'm going to check on my squash. Look at that. I think I want to go around a little more. So again, like a 5 minutes more. And then I'm going to turn this off. You got to cook a little more. I want to go around well. And look at my porridge over there. Look at it. Check this. See that? Well boiled. And why is this boiling? I'm gonna add my sugar. My daughter used the brown sugar, but I use the white one. It doesn't matter any one you want to use. You pour how much sugar you want into it. But my husband like it without no sugar. So he take out a little for he. And I'm gonna pour my sugar and then I'm gonna taste it. See how sweet I want it. Check it. When it's cold, it's gonna get a little more thick. Okay, I think my squash is finished. So let me check on it. Yes. Look at the squash and my lamb. So I'm gonna turn. You get a squash.
Mm-hmm.
And I also gonna show you my porridge is finished too. So I'm gonna turn my porridge off and my squash off. And look at this. This will get a little more thick when it's cold. I already put my sugar into it and I stir it up. I'm gonna show you if this porridge gets cold, you can get a little more thick. That's why I leave it a little watery.
Guys, that's a plantain porridge. As you could see, that's the fresh plantain porridge, made from scratch.
As you see, my paratha roti I make earlier, I have 12 paratha roti here that I finished make. And this is my squash. It didn't turn out a lot because I threw a little extra meat in there, so I think the squash melt a little. And this is my plantain porridge here. Look at that. So when I finish eat my roti and my squash, I'm gonna drink a cup of porridge. So if you like this video, you can please subscribe to Jaden Kitchen and have a blessed day. Thank you for watching, and you could please subscribe to Jaden Kitchen.
Alright guys, here you have it. As you could see, our paratha roti, our fried squash with lamb, and our fresh plantain porridge. This is from Jaden's Kitchen. And if you guys like this video, you can please subscribe. Thank you and see you in the next video.